After months of planning, I'm finally setting off on my great road trip around Tassie. Beginning with a lot of time spent setting up the car and getting it ready for the trip, I properly kicked off the journey with a 1-hour drive from suburban Melbourne to Geelong, where I got on the Spirit of Tasmania. With salty air, seagulls calling, and the excitement of setting sail, the reality of my trip finally happening started to set in when the boat left port. And after calm seas but a rough sleep in the boat's recliner, I arrived bright and early in Devonport. Exhausted but eager to get on the road, I went straight from Devonport to Burnie, where I stocked up on supplies, had breakfast, and got myself settled in and ready before going out to my first photography location, Guide Falls. Alright, here we are. So I'm sure you can hear the waterfall going. It's just behind me there. And nice and close to the car park, which is good. Now I've loaded the camera with some Ektar. Had some issues with some light leaks the last time I used this camera. And so I actually did the repairs myself. So look, we have no idea whether or not that's worked so far. So let's see how this comes together, hey? So I framed up on a composition I think might work. I mean, the light at the moment's terrible though. There's that harsh light hitting the top part of the waterfall there, and then I'm catching this area over here as well, where there's also even more harsh sunlight. So, I mean, it is a bit of patchy cloud though, so there's a chance that it might, at least for a brief moment, come through and soften it up a little bit. So, just gonna try and be patient, hang out here for a little bit, see what the light does, and then I don't know, maybe in that time I'll even find a better comp, but who knows, we'll see. Anyway, bear with this and see what happens. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to get the light that I want. Not exactly what we were hoping for, but you know, it's been really nice just sitting here and watching a waterfall for the past half hour or whatever it's been. So anyway, we'll grab that shot and then we'll hit the road and move on to our next spot. I don't think I actually spoke about it when I was taking the photo, but I popped the polarizer on just to reduce some reflection and bring out some colour in the green. But yeah, not sure how that'll come together. I'm glad to have finally got my first shot of the trip in the can, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's really just not the right conditions for it. Looking forward to our next location though, which hopefully should be a little bit more harsh sunlight friendly, or at least that's what I'm hoping. So, man, I've seen a bunch of photos of this place online, but what the photos don't do any justice to is actually how quite deep it is down to the water there. That's sort of the first thing that took me by surprise when I got here. And yeah, I've already poked around a little bit with the camera, and I think the obvious composition is the one we'll go with. Now, I said this was the obvious composition, and at the time, it really was. In hindsight though, I wish I'd gone with something a little bit different. I think the image feels a bit unbalanced with that rock in the middle, and I could have fixed it by moving about 2 to 3 meters to the right. At any rate, I still like the image, but it's a good reminder to be on a better lookout for distracting parts in a composition. I was also very relieved to see that replacing the light seals has done the trick and fixed the light leak issue this camera had. Anyway, from here, I left for my last location of the day, and where I'll be staying tonight, Stanley. All right, we've made it to Stanley. So, we're gonna go try and take a shot nice and far away so I can get the whole rock formation in the shot. Yeah, I'm gonna walk down the beach for a little bit, enjoy sights and sounds, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so as much as this isn't the most exciting light, and I think the sun's just about gone down too, I don't know, I kind of like this sort of moody blue look, and on the film it might turn out all right. And so I appreciate anyone watching this far, and we'll continue the journey tomorrow to Cradle Mountain, and so hopefully we'll get some great stuff there. And again, got a few shots planned, and I hope they work out. But I've got a bit more time as well. I'm going to be there for 2 nights, so I'm sure that's plenty of time to get something decent. So stick around for a few moments and check out the shot after I've got it. But otherwise, cheers for sticking around, and I hope that you come around for the next one. I didn't manage to catch it on video as I had to move so quickly, but the last moments of light from the sunset this evening broke through and lit up the sky, giving the scene a burst of colour. The reflection of peachy coloured skies really livened up the image. And with the nut off in the distance and little Stanley at its foot, this shot came together pretty well. And before all that colour disappeared, I turned to my left and noticed something. Here, I quickly switched over to my digital camera and managed to catch this shot of patterns in the sand reflecting the vibrant colour in the sky. Both these photos ended up being some of my favourites from the trip. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in Cradle Mountain for the next one.